guys, it's Mr. Fazzer here with my RuneScape 3 Pking guide. I thought we'd start very simply, just with abilities to start with. Now, each ability has its own little specialty which is helpful, but the ones I think, in my opinion, are absolutely necessary, regardless of what else is there, are Rack. I'll do non-official first. Rack, Sonic Wave, Impact, and Wild Magic and Asphyxiate. Right? Rack's a good starting move, Impact's a stun, and that gives you a 10% bonus to accuracy against the affected target. So when you use Wild Magic after a Sonic Wave, you can hit 6k damage, then you bring up an Asphyxiate after that, that's a good 8k damage. You can really wreck someone with that. And the abilities I also have are Dragon Breath. Dragon Breath, Combust. I also have Metamorphosis. That's helpful. If someone's preying against you, you click that on, and you just wreck them. I have my Ice Bars there just in case for some reason my Orcast goes off. I can just click on. Debilitate. That is an amazing move. Amazing. You don't need a shield. You don't need any of that to use it. And as shown here, debilitate your target up to 100% weapon damage, also reducing any damage they deal to you by 50% for 10 seconds. Now, that means if they've beat you, you've wasted. If you waste your Anticipate and your Freedom, and they're about to Wild Magic and Asphyxiate you out, debilitate, and suddenly it might still kill you, but the chances are minimal because they're going to be hitting like 300 damage. I forgot to mention earlier. My bad. I'm really sorry. Freedom and Anticipate. Incredibly useful. Anticipate. It gives you, immunity to stuns for 10 seconds, as well as a 10% reducement of damage taken. Now I use this to avoid Asphyxiate, because you can generally guess, after you've been PKing for a while, when they're going to Asphyxiate, and you use Anticipate before then, you can sit and heal your way all the way through it. Now if you do use Anticipate and then they don't use Asphyxiate, you got Freedom still there, just in case. Now I have these on my bars F and P, because F for Freedom, P for Anticipate. Okay, Anticipate's not the same one, but for some reason with me, the P is the main part of Anticipate, so I always go for that. Moving on. Now those are the abilities I have for Mage. Completely unnecessary for you to have them, you can use whatever you want, but I would say you need to have Rack, Impact, Wild Magic, Asphyxiate, and Sonic Wave at least, if you can Mage. They are incredibly important. You don't need to have Debilitate, you don't need to have Metamorphosis, Dragon Breath, Combust, Freedom or Anticipate if you don't want them. The other ones are absolutely necessary to PK. Alright then. That's abilities out of the way. So I'm going to move on to equipment. Alright, for armor, the main thing I seem to see these days is Batwing. This is Batwing, right? It's not too bad looking, but it's just, it's really cheap and just horrible. I hate it so much. 1 second. Okay. Now this is my guy in Batwing. Right? So, okay. Now you can see my accuracy is pretty good, just from skill bonus. I've got 99 of everything, basically. All combat stats. So that's your health with Batwing, and that's your armor with Batwing. Most of this is my skill bonus. The armor is only 637. Batwing costs about 20k for the set, which is why it's such a popular used item. If the only armour you can afford is Batwing, I wouldn't advise you PK at all. Just because you can't afford it. Batwing is good training armour. If you want to train at PK, get some experience, Batwing is good. It's cheap, easily replaceable, and good armour. And I would certainly advise it for when you're getting experience. But as soon as you can PK, I advise you at least shift up for Ganodermic. As you can see, far higher armour bonus, almost double, and far higher health bonus. See? Yeah, almost 2,000 more life bonus. Accuracy is the same, it's a next weapon, but your block is far higher, see? Chance to block versus melee, 20%. Versus range, 0. Versus mage, 0. 19 for it. Now, Ganodermic is my personal favourite. I use Ganodermic a lot. And generally, that's all I'll use. Because, it's about 2 mil risk, maybe 3. So it's just good enough risk. It's strong armor, and it's resistant to pretty much everything. You can fight off any rush in this gear. I mean, appearance-wise, I think it looks horrible because look at it. But it is very good armor, and I would advise any moderately experienced player to use it. Now, on to the next armor. Now this stuff is obviously, as you can see, called Zuriel's. Now this stuff gives less health than Ganodermic. No, my bad, it gives 200 more, but it gives a lot more armour. It is only a 3-piece set, so you need to use Ganodermic boots and gloves. Now, Zuriel's is not cheap. It costs me about 4 mil to buy the set, and it drops for about 2 mil cash. I'd advise it for people who are getting beaten by Ganodermic armour. Like, they're using Ganodermic and they're getting beaten, but they just need something slightly more to win. But apart from that, I would definitely say just no. For appearance, though, I have to say, I like this gear. I mean, look, I like the colour scheme, I like the style. I mean, it's brilliant. I love it. But so it's good for showing off, and that's about it. Goes well in the beard. Okay, on to the last one. I'm just gonna skip to the next recording. Okay, the last one, which I would advise, is Sea Singers. Now, Sea Singers, I had to buy it, and it costs me a lot. So, you guys should thumbs me up just for the money I spent, because it cost me a fair amount of money, and I don't really use Sea Singers, but Sea Singers has, of the gears I've shown you, the best health, the best armour, and it just generally is the best. It's very good armour. It's expensive, so it's used for if you're doing a risk fight. I really like the looks of it, because I like Zaros. I like the purple. I like the colour scheme. The hat's the hood is a bit rubbish. I don't really like the hood. It's not. The style's not very nice. The leggings and the top are lovely. Look these. Love that. I would definitely recommend Sea Singers for risk fights. Don't use Virago yet. The Tectonic armour is extremely expensive still. And I personally, I'd spend a fair bit for this video, I want you guys to get a good experience. I'm not going to spend, 60, 70 mil on the tectonic armor just to show you, because I probably won't ever use it. But yeah, that's the armors. You know, Batwing for getting experience. Alright. Ganodermic for when you're a little bit more experienced, you know, when you know how to PK and you've got a bit of money to spare. I mean, if you're using the super degraded stuff, I will be a bit annoyed. You know, I try and avoid it and try and use good gear, but I know sometimes it can't be helped. And Sea Singers for if you're doing a risk fight, you know, save an armor roll, belt staff, or even more expensive stuff, reverse wand, that sort of thing. You know, that's when you should use Sea Singers. Virago gear is expensive and clunky and horrible. Don't like the appearance of it though. But that's certain shit. And Zuriels, if you're at the experience level but you have too much money. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna move on to accessories. 1 second. Well, accessories and weapons.